Why am I not in? Okay, awesome. Sorry about that. Slam is here then for game 3 in the blue, and it's a Celt War. So it's a mirrored matchup. It wasn't team random or anything, but it's a mirrored matchup. RiuT's here in the red, playing as the Celts as well. Now let's take a look at the maps. RiuT, he has a nice gold on the left-hand side. Real issue for him is the hills, and his wood lines are also, none of them on the back, which is what you really want when you have hills like this. Maybe this would have been nice, but there's a pond here. This is probably going to be the one he takes. It is unfortunate. Now, it's quite close to the TC, which is okay. Maybe he could wall this off later to secure his gold. It's not fantastic. We've seen the hills play a large part so far of these games, and it's gonna be disappointing if that does hurt him. Now, Slam, we'll take a look at his map. He's using this forward wood line, and that'll last him quite a long time. Nothing really on the back for him as far as wood's concerned. I guess on the right, there's a pond, and this wood line. This one, there's also a pond. And this one's quite small, and he has a gold here. That's his main gold. And that's going to be kind of awkward. That being said, he could definitely use it for the early game, and that'll be fine. Open on the left-hand side for Slam, though. On the right-hand side, I have to say, it's kind of open, definitely wallable. We saw Slam wall in every game thus far. Now with Celts, it's, speaking of walling, I mean, you'll see a lot of drushes, a lot of walling, and a lot of crossbows and mangonels. That's pretty much the metagame. At times, anyway, that's what you'll see for 1v1 Celt Wars. And if that happens, I kind of favor Slam just because of RiuT's map. Taking a forward siege workshop here is going to be devastating for RiuT to deal with. We saw a little bit last time with some of the mangonel shots. Hill advantage might have been involved there, and oftentimes it is in fights, so you need to just definitely pay attention to that. RiuT's going to have to probably win some fights to make sure his hills do not play an important role for Slam. Yeah, you guys didn't realize I have a co-caster? Yeah, he's been talking the whole time. I'm just kidding. I'm still going to keep tabbing out. It just seems as though Mentalist is not here, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, he's still not here. It was really exciting for me to hear he was going to co-cast, but apparently he thought it was yesterday. I spoke to him yesterday, and he said he could stop by maybe for the later games, depending on work and such, so. Right now, I believe both players have 4 on wood. And especially with the Celt Wood bonus, we're probably going to see a barracks come out because they're going to have that wood so fast. I would really like to see RiuT place his barracks in a location that's going to free him up some space. Maybe here would be a good location. It seems to be where he's sending his villager. I don't know. I guess if he puts it here, that's fine. Maybe a house there, the barracks elsewhere. Probably the best to be able to send units down later to defend. But he's definitely putting his barracks up while... What are we seeing from Slam? Well, the barracks is going up there, which is kind of standard. Put it up on the edge of your wood line. Just go right back to work. Now, we haven't seen it yet, but I really... And of course, both players are good, but I really do like Slam's Rush FC times. He's really good at it. I really recommend watching top players if you're looking to learn some techniques and builds. And I've watched a lot of Slams because he's very technical and very specific with some of the things he does. A lot of players, Viper, for example, who I'm sure you guys know, he doesn't really use build orders all that much. He just kind of adjusts all the time, and he's very good at it, obviously. Slam, I feel like, is... He doesn't really do that as much, but yeah, definitely no drush from Slam. Look at this. Nothing coming out yet, and we are going to see a drush from RiuT. So Slam's going to go man-at-arms 3 times in a row, potentially? Does he have anything on gold just yet? Well, oh gosh, are these guys going out to wood, or are they going forward? Out to wood, and yeah, 2 on gold. So we're going to see man-at-arms. Slam seems to really like his man-at-arms, and at this point, looking at his scouting, he has pretty good scouting, actually, of RiuT's map, and he might be inclined to go forward. I mean, seeing that there's no back wood lines for RiuT, and all forward wood lines and that gold, heck, why not go forward? Now, has RiuT scouted this barracks? Yes, he has. And you know what? Seeing it at this point, he might still think that that is a drush, just waiting. But who knows? We do have these units coming in from RiuT. Slam needs to be careful. That villager could get trapped in against the lumber camp. And there you go. He's going to actually put the palisade walls up. Oh, and the house there as well. Is he going to be able to push these units?
Thank you, you wonderful man!
That's loud for me anyway. I don't know if it's loud for you. But it says something about Donald Trump there, but thanks for the donation, Donald. Appreciate the support. I did not know that Donald was such a huge supporter of Hoobly Official, but certainly know who we'll all be voting for now after that donation. Just joking. But anyway, seriously, thanks for the support. Looks like Slam's actually a little bit hesitant to run his units out across, and he's keeping them back here defensively. He's going over to stone, and he is going forward. I don't know if you noticed the vills here. Oh, but look at this. RiuT might spot them. He might spot them. He's brought his drush back. He's been on the way to the feudal age, and look at this. This is good for RiuT. It could have been a bad situation for him, but he's going to hit the feudal age, and he's going to push these villagers back. What could have been a good situation for Slam is now a bad one. He could lose some villagers here. At the very least, his forward, he's already gone over to stone. It's going to be denied. I don't know what he's going to do with the stone now, honestly. Maybe he's going to try and fight this by getting man-at-arms and still go forward, but at least RiuT knows what's going on. Man-at-arms is going to come in from RiuT as well, and he's not too far behind. Is he going to try and go for the scout? Yes, he is. Slam's going to be wise to that, and he's going to go away. This is going to be interesting, because RiuT doesn't have any vills to fight. He's going with 2 ranges at home. Man-at-arms is about to come in. There it is for RiuT. So it's 3 vills, 3 man-at-arms, and a scout for Slam. And just 3 man-at-arms and a scout for RiuT. He hasn't made any more man-at-arms. There it is. And he's probably expecting a tower. Though he cannot see it. There's the range. So Slam's going forward with the ranges. And I think RiuT is aware he can't fight this just yet. He's just waiting and waiting and waiting until he can mass the man-at-arms. But at this point, if you look at the HP on his man-at-arms, it's not great at all. Maybe if he has the skirms in here, he can help. But he doesn't have a good situation going for him. But maybe he could deal with these villagers a little bit. He sees them. He doesn't have the line of sight of them. And he's going to try and fight this with the skirms and his scout. And he has 4 skirmishers, and maybe if he keeps the man-at-arms away for a little while, he can kill 1. But look at this. Man-at-arms doing a good job there for Slam. Oh, and the man-at-arms are here from RiuT. And Slam going a little bit too early to build that tower. And the villagers are going to have to go back. This is quite a mess. Is any of these villagers going to go down? The archer's there. And the archer actually could go down. Look at that. Archer's gone down. Villager going to probably just survive there. Or just going to go... Oh, wow. 1 HP. I was close to predicting that one. Is this tower going to go up? Because we have a tower coming up from RiuT then. Everything seems to be on top of RiuT. RiuT can't wrap this many villagers around this tower because of where the wood line is. But we have this tower at about 600. This tower as it's going to be ahead. It's just a matter of if all these villagers will die. Of course, this one's on 1 HP. The other one's on about half HP. And Slam is here as well, attacking them. And both towers are up. I don't think Slam's tower will stay up forever, but it's certainly going to reach the wood line, which is great. And it looks like the attack on the left-hand side has been stopped. But this is huge. This is huge. This has really worked out for Slam. Look at all these villagers in range. I think actually every villager on lumber is in range. Doesn't matter if you go here or here. It's a big deal. We have this tower attacking Slams, of course, from RiuT, and that means it will go down in time. But this is definitely worth it. In fact, villagers will go down here. Wow, 2 going down! That is bad. RiuT probably not thinking that this tower would be in range. Well, actually, fletching probably helping out there an awful lot. But do we still have stone coming in? We do, and Slam probably going to try and build another tower once these villagers have to leave.
Thank you, you wonderful man!
Please stop the wolf jokes. Well, I always do wolf jokes, whether it's on this channel or my channel, so I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody, but it's just something I do. Oh, but the villager's gonna go down here, and Slam's just trying to make this last. He knows how big an impact this is, and as this villager could go down from RiuT, these players are actually being lackadaisical. They're not watching their villagers. Of course, it's a lot to follow. Looks like RiuT's actually over here with skirmishers, and he's pestered away at these villagers now, and Slam's trying to put a tower up on his wood line. This is a heck of a game. It's a mess of a game. And a couple archers here as well, but it looks like Slam is full walled, which is not the first time we've said that. And those archers need to be careful there, of course, because the tower. That tower finally went down from Slam. What does he have as far as military is concerned? Because he has 8. Just skirmishers and maybe a couple units trailing. Meanwhile, RiuT, he's creating a couple archers and skirmishers at a time. His resources seem okay. He's actually 3 behind in villagers. It's somewhat messy for both players now. And they've got to definitely get their resources set up to get to the castle age. Or maybe go more aggressive. I don't think that going aggressive is going to work out for RiuT because of the walls, unless he masses a lot more units. Woo 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 woo! There you go, that was for you, Milmano. There's the wolf. I can't do that all the time, of course. It would just get annoying. But that was just because Milmano supported the stream and told me to stop. But like I said, it could work out for Slam to go aggressive because of these wood lines. I don't know if it'll work out because this tower's here. You can't really build another one here because of the pond. But as you can see, it's not walled on the right-hand side. RiuT's just trying to get the walls up here, and I think he will because Slam is not going to go in just yet. And of course, RiuT, he could reproduce right when he sees the units here. So Slam is just kind of biding his time. And he's going to need a lot more time now to get in. RiuT seems to have rebounded with the villagers. Looking at the food counts, fairly similar. This could actually be a close game even still. And with a couple archers here, one villager's slightly weakened. RiuT could almost pick off a vill. He's bringing back his military numbers here to try and maybe trap these units from Slam. And remember, he has seen this, so he's creating some skirms. It's really important, I think, to keep your military numbers high. At this point, these guys are going to try to click up, so Slam has to be careful not to lose these units. Probably be smarter to go around the edge of the map, because you're obviously not going to be using them at this point, and he's going to lose them! Why are you going this way, Slam? Oh, stream cheat, listen to what I say! I'm kidding, that's obviously frowned upon, but losing all your units there... you got a couple skirms left, but... Gosh, that was not good, but in the grand scheme of things... I think he'll be okay with his walls. His resources are fairly good. He's going into skirmishers anyway, it seems. And, oh gosh, he's going to lose these now again. Oh man, Slam, this is bad. This is bad. These guys are destined to die. Ugh. Oh man. Archer's coming around now from Slam. RiuT, of course, can't see it. These skirmishers probably going to die. I don't think... Actually, a tower there from Slam. Look at the towers from Slam. I think Slam recognizes he is way behind. Oh, what is this with the deer, RiuT? Probably a little bit laming. Well, I don't know if you can call it laming at this point, but just making sure that Slam can't collect it because the mill's already been there. But the towers from Slam are actually going to work. I don't know if RiuT has expected this, and these units will go down from RiuT. The archers coming in, and we had to... What? How did 3 archers kill so many villagers? I look away... And 2 villagers have gone down. I saw them coming in, but RiuT had the outpost there. He had the time to see that. And that was actually really good. Really nice move from Slam to send in just 3 archers. And he's going to try and micro them and just focus down the gold units. He's actually picked off 1. And can he pick off 2? That was actually pretty stuff from Slam. Now we have a stable from RiuT. Interesting. Is he going into more skirms? Mentalist says no. Are you saying that he is not arriving? SMB? I did not quite... I can't... Just give me a yes or no, because I of course, live and die by Age of Empires taunts, but just give me a yes or no as to what's happening. But look at this, Elite Skirmisher is coming in for Slam, but it's not coming in for RiuT. So I wonder how this fight will go, because Crossbow's coming in for RiuT. We saw him do well with the crossbows last time, but I think Elite Skirm would have been worth it. Wow, that's interesting. Knights, of course, was the choice, and you know, Knights from RiuT, probably why he did not go for the Elite Skirm upgrade. He wanted to go for the Knights, and he's too stable now. I thought this was probably a range earlier. and when he lost this villager, but he's going for 2 stables to counter the skirms from Slam, and this is a good decision because look at this, we have just palisade walls, and maybe with the knights he could get through, and going crossbow, he's going to be able to stop these stone walls from going up. He just needs to get the knights over here ASAP. And Slam, idle TC there actually, is going for a siege workshop. I think Slam is actually really scared at this point. He seems to have 3 extra villagers, but his army is composed of just a couple skirms. He doesn't even have crossbow at this point. I really fear for him. And look at this, he is just desperately stone walling. He just seems to be safer behind stone walls. Where are the knights from RiuT though? What are these knights doing? I feel like he should definitely be wanting to push these across the map. I don't think he realizes how good a situation he's in. If he were to able to get the knights in the base of Slam, he would be in an excellent position. He is definitely taking his time. And if he gives Slam the time, maybe Slam could definitely win this game, because Slam's pushing out here with the TC. If the knights were here now, they could clean up these skirms. And, well, now the crossbows are here, but still, even still, with his army on the right-hand side, could stop this. Okay, thank you, SMB. I was just listening to your, just reading your message. But look at Slam's wood situation. It's really weird. This TC is also really, really bad. It's not really connected to the wood line or the gold or anything. It's just like just stranded in the middle. Also, Slam does not have this wood line finished on the right-hand side, which is, oh, and that, like I said, I mean, the TC not being there is an issue, as the wood villagers are exposed. I'm just wondering when we're going to see these +2 knights come in from RiuT. Slam can't be expecting him. He's adding in crossbows. Great, but he does not have enough of them. And this could be fantastic. RiuT's actually now getting elite skirmisher. He's been taking his time. He needs to be careful with these units, and he was really, really smart. Pull them away and only losing 1 villager there. This could be big. Of course, he's going to be running these units uphill. But Slam is going to need to run back here, I think. But he's going to fight this. The knights are going to come in, and Slam's going to see this. Look at this. He's going to be like, oh, crap. We got +2 knights, and there's no way I can win this fight. I got to kill as many units as possible, and just look at Slam getting massacred. He's losing everything. I don't even think he's killed that many units at all from RiuT. Oh, man, I thought maybe he could just kill a couple units. I don't see any red dead bodies at all. It's just all blue. This is bad, and now more crossbows being added in from RiuT. Military numbers is 40 for RiuT and 13 for Slam, but the Mangonel's coming out. But don't bring the Mangonel out yet, Slam, because the knights are there, and they can easily run underneath that TC. And I think they will, but the shot's actually going in on the skirmishers now. Another shot. It didn't actually kill many units, but it may have weakened some. And this is a horrible, horrible situation for Slam. He just cannot defend this, and still there's no stone walls on the left and right side. RiuT stopping this TC from working. We saw this earlier. RiuT's military advantage just played out in an amazing way. Also, the stone walls on the right-hand side not completed. RiuT's going forward with the siege workshop. How is Slam going to respond to this? In fact, he's still actually on 1 TC, essentially, because this one is working, but these villagers are doing nothing. Oh, he's going to put a castle there! He's going to put a castle there. I knew he was on stone still, but RiuT sees this. This is a ballsy castle, but I guess he has to do it to save this area of the map. How many villagers will go down? We haven't actually seen, well, there's 1 go down. The Mangonella is, of course, here. More knights are going to come in to snipe that. I think it's going to eventually go up, but this is not pretty at all. 3 villagers in total have gone down. The villagers desperately repairing the Mangonel. Underneath the TC, will the Mangonel go down? Because the villagers, yeah, it's going to go down, and there's the GG from Slam. What a giant mess. What a giant mess from Slam. I don't understand some of the decisions he made in that game. Of course, if you lose the forward, which I guess you could say he did because his tower went down and he had to retreat, it's hard to recover. But, man, I just don't understand why, like, making these towers so early, it just was not convincing. I just don't feel like he's as confident playing against RiuT. He's getting the walls up very early, and that's a lot of idle villager time. It's hard to see things like that with someone like Slam, but RiuT there with 60 units killed. So largest army, of course, 42, Slam 25. At the very end, Slam had next to nothing. Look at RiuT's economy. Incredible numbers. Slam had a ton of stone, but that was put into walls and a couple towers in that castle at the end, which did not go up. And then we're looking at technology stats. Well, Slam again was was ahead, but RiuT won the game. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on with my throat. Well,